Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay, Drogba.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Victor Osimhen.
And myself.
Jose Mourinho.
I think Victor.
I'll say Mikel Obi. Probably my mom.
My wife.
Michael Elise.
Some of my colleagues, the players, from Osimhen to Donovan Mikel to Victor Moses to Am.
Competition that almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it's like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout stage, and then Benfica was one that eliminated us. So we're also going there also to go through more than the knockout stage than last time. So we're not going there just to participate.
Oh my God, Treasury House is on fire, and the Nigerian.
The competition that almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it's like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout stage, and then Benfica was one that eliminated us. So we're also going there also to go through more than the knockout stage than last time. So we're not going there just to participate.
Who's the most famous person on your contact list?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay, Drogba.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Victor Osimhen.
And myself.
Jose Mourinho.
I think Victor.
I'll say Mikel Obi. Probably my mom.
My wife.
Michael Elise.
Some of my colleagues, the players, from Osimhen to Donovan Mikel to Victor Moses to Am.
Who's the most famous person on your contact list?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay, Drogba.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Victor Osimhen.
And myself.
Jose Mourinho.
I think Victor.
I'll say Mikel Obi. Probably my mom.
My wife.
Michael Elise.
Some of my colleagues, the players, from Osimhen to Donovan Mikel to Victor Moses to Am.
Who's the most famous person on your contact list?
Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay, Drogba.
Jeremy Frimpong.
Victor Osimhen.
And myself.
Jose Mourinho.
I think Victor.
I'll say Mikel Obi. Probably my mom.
My wife.
Michael Elise.
Some of my colleagues, the players, from Osimhen to Donovan Mikel.
That almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it was like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout stage, and then Benfica was the one that eliminated us. So we're also going there also to go through more than the knockout stage than last time. So we're not going there just to the competition that almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it was like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout stage, and then Benfica was the one that eliminated us. So we're also going there also to go through more than the knockout stage than last time. So we're not going there just to the competition that almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it was like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout stage, and then Benfica was the one that eliminated us. So we're also going there also to go through more than the knockout stage than last time. So we're not going there just to the competition that almost every player wants to play in, and you have the opportunity to show yourself and play with top teams and top players also. So it's like a dream come true. Apart from the red card against Milan, it was unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Some things that you cannot control. So, but it was like one of my proudest moments playing in the Champions League. Club Brugge is also a big team. Also, we don't go there just to participate, to be there that we play Champions League. We also go there to create history and also go as far as we can, because last 2 seasons we went all through to the knockout.
All right, many thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. Welcome to Voice of the People TV. It's a very great day. Happy new month, I must say. Welcome to the place to be. It's time for sports, and this is a Sports Republic show. I remain your host, and my name is Kizike. So I could say, let me start by saying, thank God for life. Happy to be back on your TV screen again, once again, and I must give out a special thank you to David Edwin, who has been keeping it cool for me on the show, and also for you out there joining on the show. Now we get to talk on the show. It's going to be very intensive, and extensive as well. We'll take it to the highest level because later on we'll be having our guest join us in the person of Silvanus Ofekun. But on the show, what are we talking about? What do we want to talk about? What are we going to be talking about? The first one is the NFF have kept Nigerians waiting for long, and it feels like the more you see, or how they say, the less you see, the more, how they say that, you know how they say it. And then NSC against NFF, there's a big talk. What about the fire disaster? Coach expected sooner than later. And then we look into why Super Eagles remains very attractive for managers to manage, to come in to do what we are, coming to get on with us. And another one again we'll talk about is the World Cup dream for Super Eagles, how it looks. And then Nigeria suffered massive drop in the latest FIFA ranking. That's how bad it is. We'll talk about the FIFA The Best Award. And then we move on to analysis time. We'll talk about the English Premier League. Did you see what happened yesterday? 11 points clear. Liverpool on top of the log. And that's how big it is. And then City, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's really going on. For the first time in a row in the EPL, in the career of a Pep Guardiola, that he has lost 4 games in a row, 7 in all competition. We talk about that one. Talk about Victor Osimhen cementing an ambassadorial role with a multinational automobile company, and that's how big Victor Osimhen. We'll take it away from football and go to other sports. Serena Williams' husband and Ohania, that's the name, and the daughter. They are in the news. Novak Djokovic is also sad about Icon's retirement, and then we'll bring you the Formula One story where Max Verstappen has said, I have lost it. I don't think I have respect anymore for Russell. But let's get to talk now. It is about 5 months and 2 weeks, precisely 169 days, since Finidi George left the role of chief coach of the Super Eagles following the decision of the NFF to hire a foreign coach to boss him. Now, after the surprise resignation, which shook the NFF, they found it difficult to react promptly, but when they found their voice, they told Nigerians that they had found a foreign coach in one Bruno Labbadia, who, in my honest opinion, has no solid pedigree, and this was to satisfy the yearnings of some Nigerians who always have deep appetite for any coach with a white skin. Don't get me wrong, I'm not racist, we're not racist. Now, it looks like the NFF are now playing us like the just-to-win game for Liverpool against Man City. Their deal for the coach was never concluded before the announcement was made, and the deal crashed like an aircraft without a credible pilot. Now, when the just-ended 2025 AFCON qualifier approached, and the Super Eagles had no substantive coach, the NFF once again ran to their employees that always use, they like to use this one as a rescue mission. You know what I'm talking about. Augustine Iguavon. As always, both the NFF, they never want a substantive coach. They don't want to give a contract to Iguavon, but they always run to him when they feel like we've lost it. Now, the target given to him, however, was to qualify the team for the 2025 AFCON. And he believed he was going to get it right. He delivered with a match to spare. Now, Iguavon tried to. Let's just give him some credit. The match against Rwanda in Uyo became the banana peel put on his way, and Iguavon never knew this. Otherwise, he wouldn't have fielded his fringe players. To him, he wanted to give the opportunity to prove that they were, equally deserving all the play, and everyone who is invited can play. Now, it's exactly 108 days to the match day 5 of the World Cup qualifier against Rwanda in Kigali. The same team that humiliated the team in Uyo last month. 7 days after the Rwanda match, Nigeria will play host to Zimbabwe in Uyo for the match day 6, and yet the NFF is mute on whether they are still going to hire a foreign coach for the team or give Iguavon the job. If by now they haven't started talking about the possibility, the possible choices, one wonders how time is left. How much time is left for them to begin their process and finally agree with the choosing big coach in quote and then sign a contract with him? You can now say it's absolutely scary. If they eventually get a foreign coach, let's say in January, because we'll bring you the notes where the NFF have told us that in a week, we'll bring you that so you can see. If they eventually get a foreign coach, let's say in January, what time will the coach have to know the strength and weakness of the players? So you see they have been wasting time at the detriment of the nation, and he would be working with some players. He would like to plot strategies for the remaining must-win matches, 6 in all, without which, if we don't get it right, we'll kiss the World Cup in 2026 goodbye. So let me say it's either the NFF has no money to engage a foreign coach at the moment, or are just hanging on to a Gavon and praying that he succeeds in qualifying the Super Eagles for the World Cup the way he did for the AFCON 2025. Now, the debate is, however, among Nigerians, among Nigerian fans, and football stakeholders alike, whether a Gavon should be asked to continue on a permanent basis with a valid contract, or a foreign technical advisor should be employed. Some who are against a foreign coach, as it's a drain on the country resources, feels that the government should give away the job either for Samson Siasia or Emmanuel Amunike. That's some sources. Some people want that. But one man who has never hidden his disdain for foreign coaches, whom he described as nobodies before coming to handle the Super Eagles in chief, is one man I respect a lot. Odegbami, MON, a member of the first AFCON winning team in 1980, he has repeatedly said that following his careful study of the indigenous coaches, that after late Stephen Keshi, who Clement Westerhoff rated as a born leader and most suitable as a coach among his peers, the next person is Samson Siasia. So Odegbami is dragging in Samson Siasia in the conversation. A lot of people believe that he's like the new Messiah. He's the only one that can get us out of this mess for local coaches. Now, in March this year as well, Odegbami also was emphatic on the issue of coaches that he wrote, "No more foreign coaches in Nigeria. Let us sink or swim with Nigerians." Again in September, not long again, he wrote that Siasia is the most qualified Nigerian for the Super Eagles job, because after equipping himself for the job, he has risen from the ranks, from club footballing through, to you could say national team as well. We know his story in the under-23 team at Beijing Olympics back in 2008. Now, with the NFF unable to afford expensive foreign coaches, which they always crave for, Odegbami has suggested that the search for a Nigerian coach should end today. He wants Samson Siasia to be drafted as the tag team partner of Igwanvo in the present arrangement. Now, another former Super Eagles player in the person of Victor Ikpeba and current member of the NFF Technical Committee wants the football body to take a decision on a substantive coach for the team urgent need. And he said he don't want Igwanvo to be a scapegoat when he does not qualify Nigeria for the World Cup. He said even though he did not start the qualifiers, therefore, he can still be called the scapegoat. So it's over to you. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the NFF. Nigerians are waiting, and we should start. Let's start with that one before we bring you the appointment. There's a news about NSC, National Sports Commission, having a banter with NFF. We'll bring you that one. But at this point, I need to introduce my guests I have live in the studio before we travel, get connected to our guests in Abuja in the person of Savannah Sofekun, who will be doing justice to all of these things you heard me say. Ikechukwu, great to have you. First of all, you're welcome to the show.
Good morning, Kizzy. Good morning to our viewers.
Yes, you just heard me say that.
It's good to have you back.
Oh, thank you so much. Right, thank you. So I would like to start with the part where they keep dragging Samson Siasia in the conversation. Samson Siasia have been off work for a long time. We know the live ban that was later reduced after court of arbitration 5 years later on. But now people believe, I don't know if you believe in that. A lot of Nigerians are craving, they really believe that Samson Siasia is the remedy to Nigerian football if we chose to go with indigenous coach. Are you a fan of Siasia? Do you think it's right for Siasia to come back and get on the job now?
I think we have to look at his pedigree as a manager. He's the highest ranking Nigerian that's taken Nigeria.
You think so too?
Yeah, so far. You know, our highest ranking international tournament was the Olympic in 2008.
Yeah,
and took us to the final. Yes, we lost to Argentina narrowly, and that was the highest ranking we've done, you know, internationally, apart from African level. Right?
Yeah.
So it shows that he's got what it takes, and that Argentine side is a super star-studded side. Lionel Messi, Di Maria, Requemi, we can go on and on. They've got a lot of players in that team. And we held them down. It was 1-0 narrowly. So that team is almost like our national team.
You don't want to talk about the past glory.
No, I'm saying that
in rankings.
Yes, he's got what it
Well, let's
takes.
get into business quickly now. At this point, we don't have time.
See,
How do you say that? The less you see, how do you say?
The more you look, the less you see.
The what?
The more you look, the less.
That's what I feel like. The NFF.
Well, basically, right. I think I still fancy like the way he plays more than Eguavon. They both have similar style, but I think it's slightly more tactical than Eguavon. You know, but then if we're going to settle for somebody, I think he's a better upgrade
At this point.
Yes, at this point.
Okay, so I don't know if our guests have joined, but quickly, let's talk about the rest of them now. This one is big. Appointment stories. The Nigerian Football Federation NFF and the National Sports Commission NSC are scheduled to hold a crucial meeting this week to decide the future of the Super Eagles head coach, according to the report. Now, this development comes after former international Augustine Iguavo successfully guided the team to qualify for the African Cup of Nations in Morocco, Marrakesh to be exact, 2025. Now, Iguavo, who stepped in as a caretaker coach in September, assumed the role after the NFF failed to appoint a permanent replacement ahead of the qualifiers. However, there are differing opinions on whether the 59-year-old should remain as the head coach for the 26 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. According to reports, we learned that the NSC, that was the National Sports Commission, appears to favor Iguavo's continued leadership. A source also revealed it's a dicey situation at the moment. The NFF still want to go ahead with the appointment of a foreign coach, but they want to sort out the financial aspects. Now, the source further stated, the NSC feels the current technical crew led by Augustine Iguavo should stay on. To them, bringing in a new coach would not be ideal, given the limited time before the Super Eagles' next game against the Amavubi of Rwanda. That's the World Cup qualifiers. Let's bring you that writer from the NFF, that hope. I call it a small paper hope. You know, yes, we have to zoom in. You can see that clearly. But while I just let you know that the upcoming meeting between the NFF and the NSC is expected to be pivotal in determining the direction of the Super Eagles as they prepare for the 26 World Cup qualifiers. Now you have this on your screen. You can see that. Let me read it. We can exclusively report that the NFF have set a deadline for the engagement of a foreign coach, which is the end of January, and talks with prospective sponsors who will foot the salary of the coach is progressing nicely. That's the message. Now, a short list of 5 coaches will be drawn up by the football house in December. Now we did so. We don't reach December. And interviews will be held before they embark on the break for the end of the year festivities. Now, in January, a decision will be reached with one of the coaches and terms will be discussed. Bring it back to me. It is not the first time. It is not the first time we've heard about these talks. I recall one of the time when John Aina, when we had the sports Minister of Sports, when we learned he made a trip away from Nigeria, and mouth your waggling, and what was the talk about? He went in search of sponsors. Was that his job? At that point, we're preparing for the Olympics. So the Nigerian talk is that so big. I'm not surprised to hear people say that what we do in Nigeria, now we will be Nigeria people, now we they give Oyibo people CV. Not first how they use the word Oyibo, but you're calling like that because I'm preaching and they speak now. Because some of those people are not even known. Like I said before, this might be the change. There's nothing wrong in giving the benefit of a doubt. But how long are we going to keep on waiting for the Nigerian Football Federation? And do you know what's annoying about this, CK? The NFF, see, they don't think anything now. Oyibo, foreign coach, That's all they see. They're not seeing anything local, indigenous. So for them, it's not a point. And one of the problems we'll be having so far, having foreign coaches manage Super Eagles, is salary, the wages. We now know we could not even pay Pesero. I think it was, at some point it took a pay cut, $50,000 US. And we still owed him. Not until the president came and cleared the bill for 2021. And up till date, as I talk to you, Ike, how shameful it is we don't have a coach at the detriment of the nation. Vividly, they've forgotten that they are leading almost 2 million Nigerians, if I'm correct in that.
Well, Kizzy, you see, situations like this, if you are not used to Nigeria, you find it very funny. But if you're used to Nigeria, you're like, okay, it's okay. It's still Nigeria, so it's one of those things. See, two sides, right? The first side is that the local board.
Sorry, before you go on, I don't understand what you just explained. Can you say that again?
I said, if you're not used to Nigeria, you find this. What's going on?
So this is Nigeria?
Yeah, it's Nigeria. So
this
anything, anything goes. Yeah, anything goes, basically.
Anything goes?
Yes, anything goes.
Can you say that?
True. Everything goes.
Just watch it. Go on.
Now, see, two sides to be blamed. The first one are the local coaches. They failed to actually upgrade themselves.
Okay.
Let's be very honest with ourselves. None of these guys can actually go out there to get a foreign job outside Africa. They cannot go to even get the Estonia job. They will not call them. So you should understand, Nigeria is a big brand. Now, if you say an Agwavon should manage Nigeria, can Cameroon call an Agwavon to manage them?
That's a big talk.
These are the questions. Now, when the local base coaches fail to actually upgrade themselves, it becomes a problem. You leave the glass house with no option than to go outside in search of a coach. And now, again, the players we have, most of them play with top managers. Jose Mourinho, some of them have played with big managers, Carlo Ancelotti and the like. So when they see a manager who they believe is not at their level, it becomes difficult to actually accept information. Sometimes these top managers bully players into accepting information. Jose Mourinho will drop you, nothing will happen. Carlo Ancelotti will drop you, nothing will happen. But can an Agwavon drop you and face the backlash? So these are the questions. Now for the NFF, you know, this is the like I said, the local coaches gave the room for them to actually have an excuse to actually exercise.
So have they lost it?
Yes, they've lost it. Trust me, they've lost it. They gave the room for it to happen. Yes, and now the NFF sees this as an opportunity to go out to get anybody.
But let me ask you this question before we get to connect with our guest. Why are they glamoring? I don't want to talk because my mouth not too good. They get everything that they find. Why foreign? See,
use good mouth, talker.
No, foreign coach. Don't get me wrong. Don't say foreign coach not make sense.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a foreign coach, and you get an A class,
that's the thing.
That's one. Now look at, let's see. We won't deceive ourselves. You don't see that World Cup qualifier list table.
I've seen it.
Now just Zimbabwe. Now we just get hope on top. Nigeria, when then Rwanda, or then Lesotho, all those clubs, all these countries, and the top. See, I find it very difficult to use my mouth to say we are giant of Africa. Do you know? For football wise.
True.
Yes, we've won the Nations Cup, but still, the last time was 2013. And Stephen Keshi is still resting on pace.
Yeah.
But quickly, let's connect live to Abuja. Let's have Silvanus Ofeko join us this morning. Great to have you. Silvanus, if you can hear me very well, I'm feeling very happy to have you join me. Good morning. Okay, still trying to connect, we're still trying to connect with Silvanus. Possibly we know how it can be, the network. See, you know what I'm going to do on this show? Okay, I have him already. Silvanus, great to have you join us. Good morning. Okay, that's the network. The network problem continues. But while we try to connect, okay, let me ask you. You heard me say the NSC, the National Sport Commission, and the NFF are having a talk now. The NSC, according to report, Shehu Diko, big name. You know, when we talk about Shehu Diko and what he has done within a short time, we give him all of the credit.
True.
No hype.
True.
But now he's on board now. The Sports Commission, the Minister of Sports, whatever, is now demolished. Now we have National Sports Commission. They are thinking is right, it's ideal. We just continue with the Guavo, other than wasting time because of the short period we have. But the NFF are insisting we must get a foreign coach. We get our money.
If we can borrow money to...
If you can borrow...
Wait now. If we can borrow money to buy the president a yacht, we can actually borrow money to pay a foreign coach.
Are you to talk this one?
What do you want me to talk?
What do you mean?
We have money now. if that's the money, see, paying a foreign coach is really not our problem. Trust me.
Do we have the money?
We have the money. If we don't have the money, they will not be thinking about getting a foreign coach.
You heard me just read that some minutes ago where I talked about they are sorting for sponsor. The money not there. We not fit pay Pesero. Well, Pesero not the last foreign coach we'll get now. We not fit pay him.
But the president came in, President Bola,
and cleared the bill.
Cleared the bill, which means we have the money. Where did the money come from?
Oh.
Did he use his own personal money to clear the bill?
Okay, you can say that.
Something happened. That's why the money didn't come out.
So the money is there.
The money is there. That's what it means. Wherever it is it came from, the money is there.
Okay. Let me leave that. Let me tell you one story. It's funny, but let me just tell you. You know, if you recall, I told you that the Nigerian Football Federation, what they keep on doing all the time is giving us some, like, I think I like to use the word manifest when they manifest. I was watching one of the shows as last week when I was home, away from the studio, and it was a David Edwin alongside with you. And I heard Jonathan Hill. Now, make I tell you now who Jonathan Hill be before we even talk. Now, foreign coach. I don't want to talk about that fine or not fine. Don't say me as the life people, not be anything, just normally. But now, Jonathan Hill, NFF, now they locate him. We have 5, they said 5, according to them, don't say me. They said we have 5 shortlisted coaches. And they're going to interview them from December. So before January, we'll come get coach. For March 2025, we'll come play qualify against Rwanda. 7 days later, for you, now we'll come play Zimbabwe. Do you know that I'm scared of Rwanda? I must tell you, I fear those boys. Rwanda don't get joy. Now, let me talk about the man you have on your screen now, Jonathan Hill. The NFF, they introduced him. He's a big name, don't get me wrong. Let me just tell you a little bit about this man. Jonathan Hill, a former Manchester United youth coach with over 35 years of experience, has expressed interest in coaching the Nigerian national team with the team chances of qualifying for the World Cup in 2026 in jeopardy. Now, here, his extensive resume, some call it CV, which includes mentoring stars like Marcus Rashford, who I can say Amorim is getting the best of him now. Phil Foden positions him as the potential savior for the struggling Super Eagles managerial post. Now, Jonathan Hill, a former Manchester United coach with a track record of developing elite football talent, had expressed a keen interest in managing Nigeria's national football team. That's the Super Eagles, the biggest brand. Now, this comes at a crucial stage for the Nigerian football as the team faces the daunting prospect of missing out of the World Cup in 2026 unless their fortunes dramatically improve. We'll connect to Abuja very soon. Now, with over 3 decades of experience in football managing and coaching, Hill believes he possesses the expertise to restore Nigerian standings on a global football stage. Moving on, his coaching journey. Now, let's see what I tell you now. Now, if not be NFF, now, if you don't know this man. Now, for them, they're going to give them credit. If not be NFF, if you don't know this one. Which NFF they do for us? Say, they go, carry person, come, not to know. Say, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. Jonathan Hill is not a bad coach. Because, I don't read this one in CV. You could say, he does still manage some kind of stars. But this one doesn't have an experience in Nigeria, African football to be exact. His coaching journey started in youth football, where he honed his craft at clubs like Wigan Athletic, Blackburn Rovers, Everton. But it was at Manchester United that Hill talent truly shone. During his time with the club esteemed academy, he worked with future stars like Marcus Rashford, Jess Lingard, Michael Keane, Danny Welbeck, and shaping their earlier careers. That's a good credit to him, Abi. Now, his influence extended beyond the youth system at Fulham. He served as Rennie Mullison's assistant, during the 2013-2014 Premier League season, collaborating with seasoned professionals like Dimitri Berbatov, Scott Parker. This period broadened his tactical and managerial acumen, a crucial element of his coaching philosophy. Now, let's talk. She been a coach where NFF they read like 5. I don't want to call it corny, but this one I be like the latest. Let's talk about global experience. The 54-year-old is I mean, his expertise is not confined to England. His career has taken him to Norway, where he managed Tromsø and Trotstalen, UIL, navigating the challenges of both top flight and lower league football. He also served as the technical director of the Jordanian Football Association, a role that allowed him to shape footballing structures at the national level. Now, this man, while they talk about all this, when at the end we talk now, I want to manage Nigeria. We follow for them. As sporting director at Sheffield United Wednesday, I beg your pardon, under Carlos Carvajal, he'll gain valuable administrative insights, complementing his on-pitch skills. These experiences have rounded into a versatile football professionals capable of adapting to diverse football cultures and systems. Now, the Nigeria contest, move talk. The current plight paints a challenging picture. Nigeria, a nation with a rich footballing history and fervent support, failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup after a bitter loss to Ghana. If I remember that match, I go the verse, because you know why? Thomas Partey Saga. Now he knocked that shot. I don't know what my friend was all good they do. Even till today, was all I don't call him for Cyprus. Number I know they go. It was all still owe me personal explanation. How about enter? Let's connect to Abuja quickly, because I'll tell you more about this one. Now, I don't know if I have you, Sebanos or Fego. I hope I got the name right. I'm sorry. Sebanos, are you here with me?
With you. Good morning.
Great to have you join us.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the show. How have you been?
Thank you so much.
All right, the network is actually breaking, but let's get into business. I hope you've been watching us and you've been listening to us. Let's get started quickly with the first one I talked about. Are you a fan of Samson Siasia?
Let's get it off in first.
The network is pretty bad. The network is pretty bad. We just tried to connect again. I mean, in case you could talk something about Nigeria, but not be Nigeria matter on network. But the network in Nigeria, is eh? Oh, eh?
It's normal. It's normal.
It's normal. You are used to network things.
Come on.
You are used to network things.
Come on, this thing I need to.
Okay. All right. Let me continue about Hale. What Hale said. He said, "I've always known Nigeria players to be incredibly athletic, technically skilled, and brimming with energy." He continued, "It's a demanding role, but it pushes you to deliver your best. This is a position I love very much and I fancy a lot because of its demanding." Let me leave the whole story, right? I would have talked about the stakes, but Ike, where we for the see all these kind of people? No, to no laugh. Please, you know, sometimes when you go on social media, people don't like to. Some people will just filter some of the good things you said,
yes,
and pick. Me, I know they send though, and they carry anyone they carry my matter for it. I go rush and like to not do. You know understand? But more just talk sharply. These coaches, where they for the see them?
So, like I said, I was saying something earlier. I said the local coaches have failed to develop themselves. I'll give an example. We have Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola today is the biggest tree in football.
Right.
He's beared so many fruits, from Mikel Arteta to Vincent Kompany to Xabi Alonso to Enzo Maresca. We can go on and on and on. There's a Carlo Ancelotti. There's a Jose Mourinho. There's so many top coaches in the world. Why is it so difficult for some of our coaches to go and understudy these guys? Even just be part of their backroom staff. I'll say it's season or two.
Okay, you are trying to say we are not helping ourselves.
They're not improving. That's what I'm saying. If they can move that level to that level, even if it's a championship side, or manage a team in somewhere in Eastern Europe, they can start having that call.
Yeah.
See, Nigeria is a big team, arguably the biggest in Africa. Yes, we have our down moment, and we are actually in that down moment as at this point.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that in every decade we churn out top talents in Africa. We have the players, the resources is there to manage. But the managers that will manage the resources is the problem.
Yeah.
We cannot keep having managers of this level manage our national team. That's why you see the NFF just go out to get somebody. Look at a man who is not even fit to become England's under-23 coach. It's when we are cutting to become a Super Eagles coach. It tells you a lot about how we don't have anybody in that mode.
Shebi, if I talk now, in Abuja, how they talk too much. The do you believe now? Would you believe me that now we they give some kind of Igbo coach? Will they give them some kind CV make fine? How would they make that CV fine?
See, it is not just a Nigerian problem. It's an African problem.
Oh,
Yes, it's an African problem.
you're not just saying Nigeria.
No, not just. Check all the coaches that have managed team in Africa, foreign coaches.
Right.
None of them is fit to manage a top 6 team in their own country.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you this. Let's talk about one man I respect a lot. Clement Hendrik Westerhoff. I'm not just talking about him because I want to talk about him because I'm talking about him because he managed me. I played under him in the football academy in Kwara State. At that point, Kwara Football Academy, Football College of Excellence, later changed under Bukola Sharaki at that point. And then I worked under him. I was playing, Oliha was my coach of blessed memory. Thompson Oliha, back then in Kwara United, Kwara Academy. Then later on, I got signed to Kwara United in the NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League then, which is now Nigerian Premier Football League. So I know him well. But he has come to say something that struck my mind, and I don't know. I'm reminiscing, and I'm thinking if he's right. I don't know. We know he's like the best thing that's ever happened to Nigeria. He tells me personally that I'm a Dodgerian, like Dutch Nigerian. He likes Nigeria. I'm talking about the man that took us to the first World Cup in 1994 with the likes of Samson Siasia, Adepoju, Sunday Olise, Okocha. These guys are so many. Man, I'm not going to call them. I said they too, they hide them because that's set. I didn't respect them. Even though some of them don't die. Rest in peace. But let's talk about what Westerhoff said. He said that if Nigeria wants to have, we'll get the write-up so you can see it. I can read it so you hear. You can see that for yourself. He said Nigeria needs a Dutch coach or a Belgian. He said we don't need Italian. You know, it's quite Italian, so Italian at defense. Some people not to. I would love to get that. That's it. Let's get it full. Now I read, a Belgian or a Dutch coach will work better with the Super Eagles. That's Westerhoff talking. Now, the style of play suits the skill set of the Nigerian players because that is the root of Super Eagles, which I was able to establish a long time ago. Now, going back to coaches, according to him, from the two countries I mentioned will help a lot. Now, bring it back to me. Let's talk. Westerhoff believes Nigeria would do well with a Dutch or a Belgian. Let's be realistic. The set of current Super Eagles players that we have in our team now, I think we have better attackers than the defense.
See,
do you know why? Sorry, can I tell you why? Saudi guy, Al Khalud.
Ekong.
Yeah, Ekong. Ajayi, West Brom, look at the club side they're playing.
Yeah.
But you can talk about the strikers. So we need an attacking coach. We need a coach. See, I think they say Nigeria our best time now to repossess. Who won't give us that thing?
Okay, so the thing is, I really agree with what he said.
Really?
Yes, because before he came on as the coach of the Super Eagles,
yeah,
we played good football, but he established a style just the same way Johan Cruyff established the tiki-taka for Barcelona. Right. Now, when he came, after he established the style, that's how Nigeria has been playing ever since. Now, I said something about Siasia being the best we've had so far.
Yeah.
Or the best local coach we can look at. Because if you look at that Beijing team and that team that Siasia took to the final on the 20 that lost both finals to Lionel Messi, you will recall that the assistant coach of Siasia is a Dutchman.
Yeah.
Kaluka.
Right.
Right. So it tells you that influence actually was seen in that team. So if we want to go back, truly, I agree with him. Either we bring in a Siasia and a Dutchman to support, or we take these are our local coaches, go out, develop themselves more, and then we can.
Now we're World Cup day close. What's the best advice?
We can get a top coach. That's the best.
We can get a top coach.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on now. Let's talk about why Super Eagles remain special and attractive to managers. Nigeria footballing pedigree. Let's talk about it. The Super Eagles' rich history in African football is a major factor that makes the job attractive, known as Maitokan, the giant of Africa. Well, even though I don't want to agree for now again. Nigeria has lived up to its billing with 15 AFCON medals Talking about 3 gold, 5 silvers, and 8 bronze. Beyond continental success, the Super Eagles also have an Olympic gold medal from the 1996, that was Atlanta 1996, and 6 FIFA World Cup appearances. Now, coaching a team with such a storied legacy is an opportunity to be part of one of Africa's most celebrated footballing traditions. And for ambitious managers, it's a chance to solidify their reputations and achieve historic milestone. Now, let me tell you why I'm scared. Might tell you about the fear. Let's talk about the fear. Let's talk about the path to the World Cup coming up next. If we not go this World Cup now, it go bad. I go cry you because I not imagine myself come for radio or come for TV, come they analyze other people, all them Morocco when they play like Oyibo. Morocco they fear them. All those ones they know they feel it. If God don't start like you go say where ball, all them Brian Diaz. They know they grill, all them ZH, then they play ball, they get team on and Azadin on Ahi. Good team. Now the Super Eagles paths to the 26th FIFA World Cup offers both a challenging and an opportunity. Nigeria currently sits 5th in Group B at the field, which includes South Africa. They know the year what all those one partition will say people could do anything. You know now. Don't get me wrong. Rwanda. Before, if I talk about Rwanda, who be Rwanda? Who be Rwanda? Football don't change you. Now for Africa, they will talk say, I did talk another time. They say for Africa, we will not get minnows again. Rwanda. All these people now they don't get level. Benin Republic, where you know they call Benin Republic. Get the trouble there. They coin off here. Lesotho, and then Zimbabwe. For all these countries when I call, so now only Zimbabwe and they under. So we not say for back, now we they carry second. Now, despite earning only 3 points from the first 4 games, qualification remains within reach under CAF and expanded format. Now, let's talk. With 9 African teams earning direct World Cup spots and an additional slot available via Interconfederation playoffs, the new system increases Nigeria's chances to secure their place. The Super Eagles must. You know when they talk say must, you don't say this must. They don't know. You play an action word, you play a verb. Now must. The Super Eagles must win at least 5 of their remaining matches, a task that looks achievable, given the relative strength to the group. Now, let's talk about the opportunity. The opportunity to guide Nigeria back to the World Cup after missing out on the 22 edition adds further allure to the role. A strong showing in the qualifiers could set the stage for a manager to lead one of the African most talented teams on football biggest stage. Ikechukwu, Nigeria, we get level.
Of course. And that's the reason why you were saying it earlier on when you said, you know, the pedigree.
Right.
Now, everybody wants to latch on to something. Because when you latch on to the biggest in the continent, automatically you're seen.
Right.
If he loses the job in Nigeria, after he gets the job, maybe within a year or within 6 months, he gets another job in Africa.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Gonna draw, nobody knows gonna draw in Africa until Nigeria brought him in.
Now we they give CV now.
And today he's the coach of the Republic of the Republic of Benin. Tomorrow we don't know where he'll be headed.
Yeah.
So these are the things. If you manage Super Eagles in Africa, you can manage any team in Africa. That's what it simply means. Now, if the Super Eagles wants to if Nigeria want to continue to be a stepping stone, you can remain there.
Right.
But if we want to be a team, a proper team that can challenge at the global stage, like Morocco did, we just concluded World Cup, we need to actually up our game. The coaches, even if it means that the NFF sponsor our coaches to go understudy top managers in Europe, I don't mind.
Okay, Chikwu, let's go straight to this point. Who can take us to the World Cup? Not lie from you. Me, I don't they like lie. You get people who say they don't talk like big names. They've given up. The team don't first spoil from beginning.
Yeah.
Now, see people when they top us. I'm not disrespecting this African country because now the qualifiers don't even show us say we see small score for it like that. But more talk. Who would be the Messiah?
At this point.
Is there a Messiah somewhere? Can Nigeria make it to the World Cup?
No.
Can we win all our matches?
We can still do it.
At least 5. We can.
Yeah, we can still do it. I think Siasia has got that ability.
What is Siasia?
No, I think.
That's not my guy.
No, that's no.
Wait, no,
that is,
see,
wait, now.
You are saying ability.
That is if we are not going out for a foreign coach.
Okay, that's an option.
If we are settling for the local. But if we are going out, then we have to spend and get a big coach. That's the options that we
Because
have.
you are strong on Siasia. You like him?
Yes.
Oh my God, you.
No, see, if
But I just the reason say
but-
Siasia has been out of job for a long time. Let's be realistic.
yes, that's a factor. I agree.
So how do you want to give a job to a man who has been out of job? Wouldn't that be a disgrace to the nation?
Come on, we saw Van Grant. It was out of job for a long time. They called him. He took Chelsea to the Champions League final. This thing happened.
Okay.
If you've got it, you've got it.
Right.
It's not like you are going into the field to start running. The fact that he's not on the touchline, he follows the game.
Yeah, true.
So it's the job of a coach, not that he has to run on the pitch.
Okay, I'll hold you on that. Let's quickly talk about the shocking one. Nigeria so far's massive drop in the latest FIFA rankings. Super Eagles dropped from 36th in the world to 44th in the latest FIFA ranking, as seen according to records. And then report says Nigeria 8th place drop in the latest ranking released on the football governing body website on Thursday has seen the three-time African champions make their biggest decline in recent years. The Eagles drop was largely due to the poor outing in the last international window, where they suffered an embarrassing 2-1 defeat at home. I tell you, that's going to affect us. To Rwanda in the latest phase of the AFCON qualifiers. Augustine Iguavon's men saw their unbeaten run during the qualifying series ended by the Amavubi at the Goswell Aquabio Stadium in Oyo, our best stadium. My guy Iguavon, if you say you know, if you don't use your best team play this match, Iguavon just want minimum, like say, because I said it and I'll say it again, 95% of coaches in the world will do what he has done. Changing that team, rotating that team, they go play ball now. Now you carry them, and they come national team color, they go play ball. But before the defeat to the East Africans, the Eagles had labored to a 1-1 draw to Benin Republic and Ivory Coast. And then, though the point earned them a place at the AFCON in Morocco, it contributed to the country's substantial decline in global football standing. Now, on the information provided on the FIFA website, Argentina remained the top-ranked team. They get Messi. Why is that so big? Why Nigeria? Still Nigeria day, and that we are that now moving. I don't even know. We'll just leave our position. Now let's talk about some African countries. Comoros, they are the newest highest ranked side, climbing from 103, while DR Congo lost the most point, 35.53. Nigeria's 8th place. We'll just leave this draw. If I talk about the pay school from 30 to 40, we go back. We should have been backward ever. I don't understand. I don't tell you, say that Rwanda match will affect us.
Well, truly, I am actually not a fan of FIFA ranking.
Oh.
Yes, I'm not a fan. But it doesn't take anything from the fact that Nigeria messed up and that was responsible for the slip. The reason why I'm not a fan of FIFA rankings is because the ranking keeps changing even when there is no international break.
Yeah.
So I am not a fan of it.
Okay, let's run. Now, FIFA Best Awards. Nigeria players back in global reckoning. In October 2023, Victor Osimhen finished 8th in the Ballon d'Or ranking. And it was a reward. Okay, we will leave this for tomorrow. Hopefully, we bring this on because we need to run. And also, there's a news about Victor Boniface, reckless Victor Boniface under fire in Germany for driving offenses. We need to go. Our time is up. And then for the La Liga, Spanish side Sevilla looking to offload Super Eagles forward Kelechi Iheanacho. But for other analyses, the evening show will be bringing you that one where Jerry Apello will be here and Jerry and James, JJ, to take you through, tell about the Liverpool, everything foreign football and everything football. In fact, that's just what it is. Ikechiku, we need to go. Thank you so much for doing this for me. Tomorrow will be a great time again.
Thank you for having me.
So you like Siasia? All right. It's on me to go. Thank you so much for keeping it cool with us right here on Voice of the People TV. Apologies that our guest, Silvanus Ofegu, did not join the show, but hopefully for tomorrow we might have him join us so we can talk more on everything sports on the show. I remain your host, and you already know I am the only football player without a jersey. I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Kizzy K.